Keith. Exactly. Ray Allen watching the biggest shot of his career go in. And the great escape, Chris Bosh with the big block on Danny Green to seal it for the Heat. Stephen A. Smith witnessed the Game 6 comeback or collapse. It depends on who you talk to. And he joins us this morning. Stephen A., after the game, LeBron said it was by far the best game he's ever been a part of. In all of the NBA games you have covered through the years, where does last night rank?
It might be number one. I mean, I've got to think about it a little bit heavier. I was there when Jordan crossed over Byron Russell, pulled up for the jumper, and posed to win his sixth and final world championship. I was there for a lot of great moments at Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers and that back-and-forth series they had with Vince Carter and the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and then they went up against Milwaukee, Ray Allen, Big Dog, Glenn Robinson, Sam Cassell in the Eastern Conference finals. I was there for Larry Johnson and this four-point play against the Indiana Pacers with Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller, and the crew. I've seen a lot of great games. Obviously, I think it was triple overtime between Chicago and the Phoenix Suns in the finals. But a moment like this, what I saw last night, it may rank number one all time for me. It was that effort. It really, really was.
Now, some second guessing here, Stephen A., of Greg Popovich's late game strategy. First, the final two possessions of the fourth quarter, the benching of Tim Duncan, not fouling before Ray Allen hit his three, and then keeping Tony Parker on the bench with the Spurs offense on the court, down one with 8 seconds left in overtime. What do you think of Pop's decisions down the stretch?
I didn't think they were great, and usually when I mention the name Greg Popovich, most everything is associated with greatness as it pertains to his decisions, his coaching. He's an elite coach in this game, maybe the elite coach in this game, but there were some highly questionable decisions. I didn't think Tony Parker and Tim Duncan should have been out when they were up 10 and Miami was about to make their run. I certainly didn't think that Tim Duncan needed to be out of the game on those last two possessions where offensive rebounds were captured by the Miami Heat. Tony Parker should not have been on the bench. There's no question about it, but for me, Manu Ginobili should have been pulled. And again, you don't want to sit there and disrespect the three-time world champion. We know what Manu Ginobili has accomplished in his career. We know he's got the heart of a lion. But you're 35 years of age. You appear to be an old 35. You showed up in Game 5 and really played lights out. But we saw early on the kind of game Manu Ginobili was going to have. He was simply inept offensively, and the fact that you elected to stick with him throughout the game and witnessed him commit 8 turnovers is beyond inexplicable to me. I don't understand it, and I think I'm afraid to say it but it is entirely possible that those decisions by Greg Popovich may, of course, San Antonio a world championship.
They do stand out, no doubt, and that is going to be the topic for the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, the other big story in the NBA, the talks between the Clippers and the Celtics that would have brought Doc Rivers and Kevin Garnett to L.A. broke down yesterday. Why did this happen?
Well, it broke down primarily because